And today we really wanted to explore things, the idea around messaging in Black women and media images and how that affects our lives and how those turn into real, sometimes emotional, physical, sometimes spiritual effects in our lives. So we have a really great panel. I'll open it up and we can just move down the line, maybe, or move this way. Or actually, we'll start with Shaunelle Curry because I know she had an activity. So we're gonna start with Shaunelle Curry, and then we'll move on, and then we'll open it up for everyone to ask questions and really discuss and think of, after we explain the problem, think about the problem, think of solutions of how to, have more positive images of Black women.
Good morning. How is everyone doing this morning? All right. It's good to see you, and I am so happy to be here, and I just want to thank Norbese, I want to thank Jen and Denise and Black Women for Wellness for inviting me to participate in this very important topic. Just a little bit about me. My name is Shaunelle Curry. I am the director of Mother's Day Radio, but at my heart, I'm an educator. That's what my degree was in. That's what I studied, and that's been my passion for a very long time. And around about the time when I first moved out to LA, I was doing academic tutoring for youth in South LA, and I was working in the homes of some of my students. And I would go into the homes and I would, work with them on English, math, whatever areas that they were having challenges in. And this one particular evening, I was working in the home of an 8th grade student, and his mom was out on the front porch with their 24-month-old baby, and I was sitting at the kitchen table with them, with the son, and all of a sudden a gang dispute broke out, okay, right outside of their home. And the mom yanked up her baby in one arm, grabbed the bicycle in the other, came and closed the door with one foot, all right, and got in the house. The son was trying to get up to the window so he can look out and see what was going on. I said, no, sit back down here. And I realized in that moment, I kind of checked the surroundings, there was really nowhere for them to go, okay? There was a very small back room, it was like a tin can in this space. And I thought, wow, if any gunshots ring out or if anything accelerates in this dispute, we could be in trouble. Fortunately, nothing did. But I heard that mother that evening. And what she said to me was, can you please help to get my son to another school? Can you help us to get him out of this environment? And as I was driving home that evening, I was thinking about this woman's concern, and I was thinking about the concerns of single moms and women and the things that she has to think about for her family. And when you drive in, you might turn on the radio to kind of wind down and, focus or get your mind off of things. I did that. And the song that was on the radio was a song about, I want to get into your jeans. And I was like, okay, I'm not really feeling this right now. And I'd heard the song before, just kind of in the background, but at that moment, it really hit me. I felt a little bit uncomfortable about it. So I changed the station. And I changed the station. There was another song, I want to do so-and-so with you in the bathroom of the club. Now, I won't get into what so-and-so is, but you can use your imagination, all right? And I'm like, okay, this is crazy. So I keep flipping stations, and every station that I turn to, there is a song that is talking about not a woman, but her behind, okay, her body part, talking about her as an object, not as a human being. And I thought at that moment, can't we get a day of rest from this? Just 24 hours, nothing degrading on the radio, just 24 hours of music that honors women. And from there, Mother's Day Radio started as an advocacy campaign for 24 hours of music on the radio that really respectfully represents women. And from that point, we've expanded. We started working with youth who said, you know what, I want to know more about the impact of this music in my life. And so from there, we created a media awareness peer mentor program. And our work right now is really to engender respect for the lives of women by advocating and advancing media that respectfully represents us and that deals with our humanity and talks about our humanity. And we may think, well, it's not out there, but it is. There are artists out here who are putting forth music and images and imagery that respects our humanity, but it's not being promoted widely. And so that's part of our work, to help get the word out and to introduce youth and our community to that. The other element is to engender advocacy, to engender agency in the lives of disenfranchised individuals in our community. Give us power to advocate for media that supports us and that respectfully represents us. And so that's a little bit of the work we do. We work with college students at Cal State Los Angeles and Cal State Northridge, and we train them to facilitate workshops with high school students, because part of the concern is the minds of our youth. How many of you really think that they're concerned about some of the media and some of the images? Not a lot, okay? Some may be. Some who are very conscious and very aware may be. But that's a part of the concern, because if we're not aware and if we're not conscious of the impact that this music or that media and that these images have on our lives, we go about our daily lives. But the thing is, there's a lot of research now. When we look at social learning theory and social scripts, we learn that as we're developing, we get our cues from people around us. And a lot of times media is all encompassing. You cannot go from your house to here without being impacted by media, by being impacted by a text message, the news, a billboard. Some sort of image is advertising something to you. And so our work is to help at a very young age our youth understand that this is impacting your socialization. And there's research now that shows that there's one particular study. This is a study called a prospective study of exposure to rap music videos in African-American female adolescents' health. And they did a study of 12 to 14-year-old girls who had African-American girls who had greater exposure to sexually degrading rap music videos. And what they have learned and discovered is that these girls were more likely to engage in risky sexual behavior, more likely to have multiple sexual partners, more likely to be violent, more likely to be engaged in alcohol and drug use, all right, and more likely to contract STDs at a very young age. We're talking 12 to 14-year-old girls. And so this becomes not only just a social issue, but it also becomes a health issue. We're not only losing the minds of our young people, but their bodies. At 14 years old, when you're having to deal with an STD, or you're having to deal with an early pregnancy, okay, what about the rest of your life? You're going to be dealing with that always, and that's something that's impacting our community. And so at a very young age, we really want to get them aware and conscious. And so how do we do that? I want to go through a really quick, because I know we want to talk about solutions a little bit. I want to go through a really quick example of some of the work that we do, and I need your participation. Is everybody cool with participating? Okay, thank you. I'd like for you to get together with a partner, and I want you to decide who is person A and who is person B. And you don't have to know the person, okay? You can introduce yourself to the person, decide I'm going to be A and I'm going to be B. And I want you to think about a woman in your life. And you all can do it back here too, please. Thank you. I want you to think about a woman in your life who you would consider to be a woman of honor. Someone that you look up to, someone that you admire. It could be someone in your mom, it could be a sister, it could be a daughter, it could be someone in your church, in your community, someone that you really respect and look up to. And I want you to tell your partner the name of your woman of honor, okay? So just go ahead and do that. Tell your partner the name of your woman of honor. She does not have to be alive. Someone just asked that. She does not have to be physically living.
Yeah, I'm going to. But I'll tell you mine. My grandmother. She met a man who had 6 kids, married him, and went on to have 14 more. Wow. She was like the beginning of the blended family, you know, how we have to step out. And I used her model because as it turned out, I married a man. Well, they're gone. The youngest is 28.
A little more room? Okay, that's good. Thank you. Yell it out. What is this? Lyrics. Does anyone not get the lyrics? Okay, it's one per partner. Okay, these are music lyrics. And this is a song by Akon. Anybody heard of Akon? Okay, I hear some mm-hmm. So, but our youth are very aware, and this is a song that was popular at one time. So this is something that they're very aware of, okay, and love. But this is the activity that we have them do. Look at the lyrics, okay? In there you will see something that says insert name in brackets. I want you to read, not sing, but read the lyrics of this song aloud to your partner. And where it says insert name, I want you to insert the name of your partner's woman of honor. All right? I want you to insert the name of your partner's woman of honor, and I want you to read it aloud. Okay? So, raise your hand if your partner A. If your partner A, raise your hand. Okay? Partner B, you're going to start. Okay? Go ahead and start. Okay, go ahead and switch. Partner A, you read the lyrics aloud. Switch the lyrics and you read the lyrics aloud with your partner's woman of honor's name where it says insert name. All right. What was that experience like?
Uncomfortable.
Funny, uncomfortable, strange, terrible. I see some heads shaking. Okay? All right. Anybody else? How did you feel hearing the name of your woman of honor in those lyrics? Didn't like it. Uncomfortable. Okay? Mad as hell. I like that. Put that on record. Anybody feel disrespected?
Yeah.
Okay. Embarrassed?
Yeah.
Okay. Uncomfortable. Wondering why you're sitting there with it, okay? So what I'd like to say is this is how we always should feel when we're hearing it. And when we're hearing it without someone's name in it, we should be aware that the music and the lyrics and those videos are dealing with someone's woman of honor, someone's daughter, someone's sister, someone's mother. But until it becomes personal to us, we're like, okay, well, that's just music, or that's just entertainment, or that's just this generation, or yeah, we can't do anything about it because that's just the media. But we need to make it personal. And when these kids read this, they have a lot of the same reaction that you do. Besides, they start giggling. Okay, that's a difference. They start giggling like, oh, my God. But I'm talking about the kids, with the pants sagging and the chains and the hat, to the side, and yeah, I'm hard. Oh, yeah, I can't put my mom's name in there. What? It really comes home. And so this is the work that we need to do. We need to have the conversations. We need to feel uncomfortable. We need to help our youth to feel uncomfortable and to really get them to become critical thinkers about what it is that they're listening to and what that impact is that it has on their lives. It should feel like, okay, they're talking about my mama. I'm not going to put my money behind that. I'm going to put my money behind someone who is talking about and dealing with the humanity of our womanhood, the humanity of us as people. All right? And so that's the work that we really promote and try to do. And we also work to put in front of them and put our buying power behind artists who are really putting forth social responsible media, and they are out there. But the excuse is always, well, sex sells or degrading images sell, and so as long as it's selling, we're going to continue to put it out there. But until we start putting our money behind what we're wanting to hear, then the battle's lost, okay? And we're going to hear from Miss Kelly Nicole, and she's someone who's been a phenomenal artist with Mother's Day Radio, who has music that is full of integrity. She's come and she's spoken to the youth. She's been on 5K walks with us and done a whole lot to raise awareness about the issues that we're dealing with today. So I'm going to pass the mic because I know I'm over my time. But thank you all. Thank you.